So if you spent any time online recently, you've probably noticed a sudden flood of Clippy profile pictures. Microsoft Office's awkward paperclip, known for appearing unbidden in Word documents to offer unsolicited advice, has become a viral symbol on Discord, on YouTube, X, and other social spaces. At a glance, this just seems like it's a nostalgic joke, harmless and amusing, but looking closer, the Clippy PFPs reveal something a bit deeper about modern internet behavior. They show how digital engagement is often structured to make users feel productive while producing almost nothing of real substance. Users adopt Clippy as a profile picture, post it across platforms, and watch the image spread. On the surface, this is entirely safe. No one is forced to take a position, no one is genuinely inconvenienced, and the symbol itself is absurd in its harmlessness. And that very safety is what makes the meme effective. The issue it appears to address, including corporate overreach, exploitation of personal data, and the gradual undermining of user rights, exists mostly in a symbolic realm. Changing a profile picture does nothing to challenge these systemic problems. The gesture functions primarily as a form of performance, signaling awareness while requiring almost no effort or risk. It's like wearing one of those pink ribbons. I'm aware of breast cancer. Bravo. Everybody clap. Now, this performative dynamic extends well beyond the memes. If you go to political circles, you see prominent figures engaging in constant public battles and feuds. I've mentioned this regarding Ethan Klein and Hassan Piker, but more recently we've got media personalities such as Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens who've been producing their own speeches, their own posting and live streams that all give the impression of action, especially when you look at the capital letters in various YouTube thumbnails. Now, for younger observers, particularly Zoomers, the performative layer is striking, watching figures like Harry Sisson or David Hogg or, again, Nick Fuentes.
And it is not going to come to an end anytime soon over my dead body because a bunch of fucking autistic spurgs that weren't even born here are going to try and lie on my name. Elon Musk, you weren't born here. Milo, you're a Jew and you weren't born here. Candace Owens, your husband wasn't born here. Go the fuck home. This is America first. I was born in America. This is the only country I've ever known, and I will die for America. Can you say the same?
It becomes difficult to separate viral speeches, dramatic social media campaigns, and public feuds from reality. So yeah, Fuentes may deliver passionate commentary on various cultural conflicts, but the overall impact often consists mainly of increased visibility. And that raises a question that grows ever more urgent. What do all these words actually accomplish? The performative nature of engagement also appears in sex-based dynamics within online conservative spaces as well. Many women who are ostensibly right-wing create carefully curated personas, presenting themselves as models of traditional roles, all the while performing for the attention and the dopamine-driven satisfaction of their audiences. Lauren Southern is a notable example of that. Yet now the reality of her life and her behaviors have run in contradiction with the ideal she promoted. The point being, the audience experiences the pleasure from engagement, but the outcomes remain minimal and largely illusory. At the core, this behavior is masturbatory, echoing the Clippy PFP phenomenon we see now. Posting, commenting, and signaling your alignment triggers a dopamine release, producing satisfaction without any tangible effects. Participants feel accomplished and active even though the underlying systems remain unchanged. In this sense, the internet operates as a pacifying mechanism, keeping users engaged and emotionally gratified, all the while corporate power, systemic problems, and ideological inconsistencies continue unchallenged. But over time, this has generated a growing restlessness. The gap between performative activity and actual results is becoming increasingly apparent. Endless discussion of problems, whether through viral memes or ideological feuds, only temporarily satisfy the urge to participate, but rarely produce any solutions. Younger audiences, accustomed to consuming and producing online content, will start questioning the value of these actions. There's only so long people can listen to speeches, watch feuds, or participate in digital rituals before recognizing that genuine change rarely originates from those who talk the most. Whether it's Clippy or Nick Fuentes, or Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Lauren Southern, or any other digital performers, they all follow the same pattern. Their activities, including memes, political commentary, and curated online personas, they all generate engagement and gratification, but all the while they'll leave concrete outcomes minimal. Algorithms amplify these actions, of course. They reward repetition, visibility, and conformity. Participants feel involved, and their engagement feels effective, but the world outside the screen remains largely unchanged. So yeah, ultimately the Clippy profile picture meme, it reflects a broader trend in digital life. The internet encourages activities that feel satisfying, where signaling and performance replace tangible impact, and where dopamine-driven pleasure pacifies audiences. Online engagement often becomes a self-contained cycle of gratification, offering the illusion of participation and influence while leaving systemic issues untouched. Clippy may be small, absurd, and harmless, but its viral spread reveals a larger truth. The internet has perfected the art of making users feel good for doing nothing, turning engagement into an end in itself, and conditioning audience to mistake sensation for real action.